Bridgewater College Education 370 students. In today's screencast, we're going to learn how to add a forum to our Moodle page. A forum, very similar to a blog, is simply a way for you and your students to carry on a conversation inside or outside class. It will give a way for your students to respond to each other or to you, or you can respond to your students through conversations through the forum. So let's see how to add a forum. We'll start by going to our Moodle course. What I decided to do is to put a forum in Chapter 1 that simply says to students, what is there about this chapter that you don't understand? And this would give them a chance to respond to me. Maybe when they're at home doing homework and they're stuck on something, they can write me a question on the forum, or maybe express to me something about this topic that they don't understand that I would know I would need to address with them, either in class the next day or maybe back on Moodle. The thing about a forum, though, is it will be visible to everybody, and this also gives ways for students to respond to each other. There may be a student who doesn't understand a topic in Chapter 1. I don't realize he doesn't understand until he responds to the forum, but a second student reads that forum post and decides to respond that he also doesn't understand this topic. And so then I certainly know that it's time for me to do something in class to help not just these students out, but all students out with the topic. So we're going to add an activity, and that activity is called a forum. The forum name, let's just call it "What is there you don't understand about this topic?" And I'll just say, please tell me what there is that you are having trouble with in Chapter 1. Okay? Now that's really all I need to do at this point, but I do want to talk a little bit about the different kinds of forums. Now, I also don't think I've shown you in the past that the little question marks that will show up on a Moodle page are actually help screens. So I'm going to click on this one, and it will show us what the different forum options are. Turns out there's 5 forum options. The default one is the last one, a standard forum for general use. But the one that I prefer is the first one, a single simple discussion. And I'll show you the difference in a minute. But first, let's set this one up as a single simple discussion. And now I'll skip. In fact, I'm going to skip all these other options here because there's nothing here I want changed. I'll just scroll to the bottom and save and return to course. And now what will happen when I come in as a student, and remember I can switch my role to a student to see just what they see. When I come in as a student, what is there about this that you don't understand? I can make a reply to it. So I can click on reply and post my question here on Moodle. Let me show you some other examples of a forum, and in particular show you how the different display options will work out in Moodle. To do that, I'm going to go to another class of mine. Here's a class where I required weekly posts on the forum. For example, I asked students to give me some good and bad memories of elementary school math. Notice that I can read not only one student's, but I can read all students' replies pretty quickly here. And not only do I see these entire screens, but so do all the students themselves. Now, if I change the settings on this forum from a single simple discussion to a standard forum, remember this is the default one, you will see that when I save and return to course and come back to this posting, which is right here, that now I no longer see all 13 responses so easily. Oh, I can get to them if I click here, but I don't like having to click extra times. I like being able to just very quickly look and see what all the different posts are. So I can come back now and change this from a standard forum to a single simple discussion. At least that's what I like to do best. I'm going to save and return to course now. Look how easy this works out when I ask students of mine to find some books that would help a child with number sense. I can easily see their responses, and they can read each other's responses and find a ton of good books that are useful for teaching math in this case. This is an example of a forum that was created for this particular class. Let's go back and have a look at our class now. We're done with our forum. We've got it posted. Let's switch our role back to teacher role. And at this point, we can go back to our course, and our forum is ready for students to use. What is there you don't understand about this topic? You're required to have at least one forum in the Moodle class you're creating for this course, and I think you'll find it to be a handy topic for many different options when you use Moodle with your courses. In the next screencast, you're going to learn about submitting assignments, how students can upload files to you or give you websites that they've found that you've asked for in an assignment and so forth. Okay, we'll see you there.